What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the official Cliffy J, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm gonna be giving you guys another challenge tier list. And usually, after we kind of get the cast of the challenge, I do a tier list of the players based on how good I think that they are or going to be coming into this season. This is not an official predictions for the season. Usually I do that one a little bit closer to the actual season being out, but gotta come out and do my tier list because I want to get back into doing my challenge content. I've been having Big Brother take the forefront of the channel, and I've really been enjoying that. And I know you guys have also been enjoying that, but I gotta go back to my roots and show some love to the challenge. All right, so we got 24 players to rank. Haven't done one of these tier lists in a long time, so this should be interesting. We've obviously got that D tier, and the D tier will have the players that I think are just not gonna be good or have shown to not be good at the challenge. The C tier is gonna have the players that I think are decent. They're like the average competitor, the person you could see making a final but never really winning, stuff like that. The B tier is going to be the players that can definitely show some strong performances, that have a lot of potential, or I could see them winning in the right circumstance. It won't really be, against the elite competitors. It won't really be as an individual, something like that. It depends on, what I'm looking at each person specifically. A tier is going to have the players that are significantly above average, or I believe they're significantly above average, or will be that. Really strong athletes, or just very good at the game, or have potential to be very good at the game. And then S tier is the GOAT tier. That's the tier where obviously the elite of the elite is going to be. It's probably not going to be many S tier players on here, if any S tier, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to just be giving people credit when I don't think that's the form they in right now. Yeah, we got Bananas and CT on here, but I don't know if either of them are S tier. I mean, we know CT definitely isn't. I don't think Bananas is S tier right now, so let's go ahead and get into this list. It's obviously just based on current form or my belief in what their current form is. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go down on here. And the first player that we are about to rank is Anna Lee, is what I believe her name is, from The Amazing Race. And I'm gonna go ahead and put her into the D tier because I don't know her. She does look like she's in pretty good shape, and I know she was on The Amazing Race. So she definitely could be a really solid competitor. But since I didn't watch her show and I know nothing about her, I'm gonna put her on the D tier. Just she's the unknown. She's definitely the unknown. The next player that I got and that I'm about to rank is Izzy. And she's from Too Hot to Handle, season 3, and the Challenge 41. And I know Izzy pretty well. I've watched her Too Hot to Handle season, and I watched her on the challenge. And she is a really good athlete. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in B tier because as long as she doesn't let anybody do her like how she was letting Olivia and Theo do her, I think she'll be all right. I think she has the athletic ability. She's probably gonna be good enough socially. She could get into a showman. Like she has all that aspect. And we just know for a fact she's hungry. She's not maybe hungry to be the winner, but she definitely wants to be on the show and prove her competitive ability. So I definitely am gonna have a little bit of faith in Izzy. It's just a couple things there where it's like, can I really trust you? Do you really got it in you? Do you got that dog in you? Are you smart enough? Because that elimination was bad. And the next player that I'm about to rank is someone that she was pretty close with in the game, Adrian. And I'm gonna also put Adrian in the B tier. Adrian probably proved more, not probably, she definitely proved more than Izzy, but I do think Izzy is the better athlete. I think Izzy will probably end up having the better social game. So I do lean towards Izzy as the person with more potential. And I mean, neither of them was like great in any specific category. So I'm gonna go ahead and have Adrian in the B tier because she has a couple of flaws that she has to fix up before she can get any higher, also. And then the next player that I am about to rank is Riley from Big Brother 23, and I'm gonna have her in the C tier. And I think Riley for sure has potential to be higher than this. It's just she was the second boot on her season. She did win the first HOH, but she was the second boot on her season. So I can't say that she's shown me any type of elite competitive ability. She wasn't like crazy socially. She was all right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know where she's going to stand out in comparison to a lot of the other women. And that's why I got to have her in the C tier. 'Cause I think she could be someone that could get swallowed up by the challenge, kind of just ran over. And now, do I think she's going to be physically weak or anything like that? No. But I do think this is a relatively strong cast of women. And I could see her just not being that good in comparison, especially with this being her first season. And the next player that I'm about to rank is Deb from Love Island. What season was she on? Five? I think she was on five. I know she was on games. I didn't watch her on games, so I can't really put her that high. I kind of just want to put her in D tier. But didn't she make the finale on games? I'm gonna put her in C tier, right there by Riley. I feel similarly. Actually, I put her right above Riley. I think her personality might fit a little bit better. I think that she'll be, you know, with her also having that competitive experience with doing Love Island games, and I'm pretty sure she made it pretty deep there. So she has that really is going to probably give her a leg up over Riley. Knows how to do these competition shows and actually make a deep run. So I'm gonna have her in the C tier, but I don't really have much faith in either one to do well. I think these rookie girls are kind of cooked. Not gonna lie. And the next player that I'm about to rank is Cassidy from Survivor 43 and the Challenge USA 2. And I'm gonna have Cassidy at the top of the C tier. I think she'll probably stay there. I think she's definitely coming in with, well, not really. I don't think she'll be that much better than these two rookie girls. Because I do think her elimination wins were a little bit overrated. She wasn't really good in the dailies, but I think that her having a little bit of experience over them, two deep runs in television, like she made it to the end and won on Survivor, and then literally to the elimination right before the final and had to fight for most of the season. So I actually think I gotta move Cassie up to the C of the B tier. I'm gonna have her in the put her right. So I put her in front of Izzy. I'll put her right here. So I think Izzy's a better athlete still. I'm gonna have her in the B tier because Izzy's probably the better daily performer too, from what we saw. And the next player that I'm about to rank is Letty. Um, I also did watch Dylan O'Dell Island season two. Oh shoot, because Parv and David were on there, so obviously I had to watch that. And Letty is like, I'm gonna be real. She's A tier, bro. Like it's just keeping her distinct, bro. I just gotta be real. She's gonna be a beast on the show. Like I don't see how that's not the case. She's really big. She's athletic. She has a pretty decent athletic background with being a professional wrestler and being a volleyball player, like collegiately. So yeah. I mean, it's just this might be the next Laurel, bro. Like this might be the new era's Laurel, dog. Like it's just I don't even know what else to say. A lot of them are cooked. Like only reason I'm not gonna say S tier is because we haven't seen her on the challenge, bro. Because I just don't see how anyone is gonna be better than her in like an elimination, except for like Tori. I don't think anyone's gonna beat her in a physical elimination but Tori on here. Like, period. I think that athletically she'll be up there with Sydney for sure. Like just from an athletic stand, and Sydney's athleticism is different. Sydney, she's a runner and stuff like that. Like she is not as explosive. Like Letty is more explosive. Letty is a different type of athlete, I feel like. So in a final, yeah, Sydney's gonna have that, but oh Lord, Letty's gonna be a freaking problem all season, dude. I swear. We are going to see what I really think that she'll be a problem. And while I'm bringing up Sydney, I might as well go ahead and put up Sydney and put her in the A tier also. Um, yeah, Sydney was supposed to never be back, so What are you doing here? What are you doing here, bro? What are you doing here? But I think that Sydney obviously is gonna do really well. I'm obviously someone that came into it as a big Sydney fan. I actually don't mind Sydney on the show. So yeah, I think she's gonna do really well. I definitely think she's a true contender to win this season. Do I believe she's an S tier competitor though? No. I think she's definitely has that potential. I just really do have to see. Is you know what? Honestly, actually, I'm gonna just say S tier though, because that does matter too. She is S tier. I'm gonna put her in the S tier. Because we've seen her on there. We know she's going to be elite in a final. Like she's very good in dailies, very athletic. No like athletic weaknesses. We just haven't seen her like perform great like in elimination to see like how good she is really there. But because a lot of these other all time greats and stuff that I would other people that I would put in the S tier and stuff have bunch of elimination wins or like at least a few that are very impressive, have shown they're physically dominant. If it's like but that's not as important in this era. There's a lot more mental stuff, a lot more puzzles and things like that. And she's pretty smart. But she did have Turbo, who's very smart. And I know that she had to help Turbo, but we know how smart Turbo is too. So not gonna sit up here and act like she just carried the guy because that's not just simply everything that happened. But yeah, if we look at what she was on 41 and then what she's able to probably become overall, like I would say in this season to like her fifth season, if she's were to continue to do the show, she'll definitely probably be in the top five, like women of all time. And when I'm looking at that, it's like because I think she's gonna be the best version of like because she even does seem like she'll be more physical than a lot of these Ashley type players, these Sarahs and stuff like that. She seems like she's gonna even be more physical, but she has that ability in like the swimming and the running, and she's smart. But then she'll also probably be more physical. She's definitely more athletic than them. So yeah, I think Sydney for sure is gonna be one of the best girls of all time. So I gotta put her in the S tier. And I think she'll be very good on this season. And then in terms of the next player I'm gonna rank being Cara, I'm gonna put Cara in the A tier because I don't think we've seen Cara fall off for real yet. Like she's definitely not as good as she was before she took her break. Before she had to take a break, before she stopped doing the challenge. Right, she definitely wasn't as good. Like on 40, like she was good on 40, but yeah, no. All Stars 4, 40, 41. That's not the same car. Like the car that we had seen was low key like the best girl, or definitely in the conversation for being the best girl. She hasn't really been the best girl since then. And I would definitely say she's been a step behind another girl that's also even on this cast. So we might as well go ahead and get into that next girl. I actually also have Tori in the S tier. We all know that I view Tori fairly high. I view her fairly high. I think that she's definitely one of the greatest women of all time. Definitely top 10. Uh and I also just think that she's better than Cara. I do think she's also better than Pete Cara. I think Pete Tori is better than Pete Cara. We can have that conversation, later on if you guys want to debate. But I definitely would take Pete Tori over Pete Cara. And I think the version of Tori that we saw in 40 is significantly better than the version of Cara that we saw in 41, and even better than the version of Cara that we saw in 40. And obviously, we didn't get to see what Carl would have been able to do, due to circumstances that are certainly out of her control that, are very serious. But it wasn't like she was, elite already. Like she was very good on 40, but Tori definitely was probably a little bit better. She was a little more consistent. Like in terms of dailies, they were neck and neck. I don't think that she just dominated Cara on the dailies like the numbers may say, but she also did beat her in that elimination. And she just was a more consistent performer throughout the season. And if we just also look at Tori on USA and like the other more recent seasons, she's been very good. She's been top two girl essentially all of these seasons. And she's also had solid like performances in like the Ride or Dies final. She didn't even do bad in the season 40 final. She just had a significant disadvantage, in my opinion, especially with the final being mostly swimming after her having been in the water for all those hours. Like, I definitely think we got to cut Tori a little bit of slack there. So I'm gonna have Tori right here in the S tier. I think that she's without a doubt the best girl coming into this season. And the last two girls I got to rank are Nerese and Michelle. And I'm gonna go ahead and put Nerese in the A tier. And I'm also putting Michelle in the this is hard because if I go based off of what they've done, I gotta go, I gotta go like right like this. I don't honestly have to go like this. I would honestly have to put Michelle right here because it's kind of like, wouldn't we kind of feel like Michelle's maybe the better player, even if she's not as good competitively as Cara? She's definitely better politically, so she's going to be in a really good position and stuff like that. And she is so good competitively in aspects that Cara is not even great in. Like, she's smarter than Cara. She's also better than Cara at swimming. I would actually favor her in a lot of finals over Cara and Nerese. So it's kind of tough. But then we just look at the fact that I feel like someone like Nerese, she got that slight athleticism gap, and I think she's a little bit better, like with like ingenuity, like figuring out how to do a challenge, on the spot, and that's very important. I think Cara also has that over Michelle, which is why they're both probably better daily performers, and that's kind of like that's kind of what makes it tough. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta, I'm gonna lean towards Michelle right here because I think it makes the most sense. I think that as of right now, she is the best politically by a country mile over the other two, and I think that in terms of physical abilities, they're both probably stronger than her, and I would say they're probably both better in terms of if I'm trusting them for something physical and something like athletic based. In a lot of dailies, I would definitely take those two over her. But in the final, I'm gonna lean Michelle. And it's a lot of eliminations. If it's not physical, I'm also gonna lean Michelle. It's tough. And you know what? I'm actually gonna lean Nerese over Cara. I'm actually gonna lean Nerese over Cara. It's kind of crazy, but I feel like right now I would pick Nerese to beat Cara like in the final. I think if I was going right now, I'll pick Nerese. And I think in dailies, they're probably going to be neck and neck. And this is slightly projection. Cara's definitely in the conversation, but we got to understand Cara's getting a little bit older. She's definitely going to be slowing down. Michelle's not young herself. So really I could just keep the same energy. But do I go right here or do I go right here? That's what kind of make it tough. I'm gonna go here because I'm gonna pick Michelle over Cara in the final, and I'll go with that as my lineup because I put a little bit of projection in it. But I think they're roughly all in the same area as competitors as of right now in general. They're all really solid overall, but they have little weaknesses that are going to, of course, hold them back. And the Reese's are probably the most glaring, but I think that Nerese probably has the highest ceiling. From what we saw on 39, if she can replicate that, I mean, she's probably the I mean, the best elimination performer, maybe out of the three, which is crazy to say when Cara's there. I mean, she was really good on 39, so that's kind of tough. But you know what? I'm gonna actually go like this because Nerese got a little bit more weaknesses than Michelle because neither of them is like big and strong. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and go like that. That's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, and that is the women. Now let's go ahead and can I? All right, let's go ahead and now rank the guys. Why is this? Why it looks so like? Why so many ads to pop? Doesn't even make sense. Hey, rid of this. Oh. Can I get rid of all this stuff? Wow. Okay, no, okay. All right. Let's go ahead and rank the guys now. Why would I rank bananas first? This sucks. All right, let's go ahead and rank bananas. Let's go ahead and rank bananas. Take all the suspense. But I'm gonna put bananas in B tier, bro. Like, he's too inconsistent now in terms of just like everything. He's he's kind of dumb now. He's literally kind of dumb now. He's never been the smartest. Bro's never been the brightest crayon in the box. All right, he's never been the brightest crayon, but he legit has so many brain farts that I can't trust him to not like do bad in a lot of different things, possibly an elimination. Like in the past, like 6 years, 6, 7 years, Banez had so many brain farts, bro, and a lot of them have caused him to go home. A lot of them have caused him to go home, or at least led to him being in a position to go home. And he is older now. He's not willing to put his body on the line the way he was when he was younger. He's going to be going against still some young, hungry guys that'll rip his head off. And do I think Johnny's as hungry as he used to be? No. I think Johnny is here and he's a great competitor still. He has a lot of experience, very ingenuitive. Like he has the skills to still be a great daily performer, but I just don't see him being able to keep up with some of these dudes on here. I just don't. Just like he wasn't able to, like he needed to. Yeah, he was able to be a great daily performer, but when it comes down to it, they're gonna want to get him out of here. He has that huge target that's always gonna be on his back, and that really does matter. And the truth of the matter is that Johnny's never been the best athlete. He's just always been a good athlete, someone that can keep up. Fessy saying kind of athletic is kind of true. You feel me? He's not that level of an athlete, and that really is gonna hurt him. With him getting older and having to really rely on his daily ability and the consistency. It's just not there with Johnny like it was. He's not the best male daily performer really anymore. Like he definitely has had seasons where he's been in the conversation, but he's not really been able to keep that up for an entire season anymore. I don't think he was that. He definitely wasn't on USA. He wasn't on Ride or Dies. He wasn't on I don't think he was on Total Madness either. But he could have been. I don't think he was though. He could have been though. It might have been like him or Fessy or something, but I don't think he even was on Total Madness. So but I just know in the recent seasons for sure, he either hasn't really made a deep run, like got sent home or whatever, or he just wasn't the best daily performer. He just clearly wasn't. So I don't really see Johnny as the same guy that he was. Of course, he's not in his prime, but he's definitely not, good enough to be significantly better than the guys on this cast. So I got to put him in the B tier. Next player that I'm about to rank is Cedric, and I look at Cedric as probably a little bit better than Johnny right now. Yeah, I'll put him as a little bit better than Johnny because he's definitely athletic. He's definitely smart. I would say he's smarter than Johnny, of course. And I trust him more in mental things and mental games. And I do think that it will be a big um I think early in the season, and I think early in a lot of these seasons that he's gonna have is people could call him out if he doesn't prove himself to be like some type of elimination beast. Because I do definitely think that people are still going to want to see him do it by himself because he had his eliminations with Michaela, who is a beast, and the one that was physical was against Justin, who's not like some type of physical phenom. So I definitely think that we're gonna have to see him prove himself there, and and also the way he plays the game so far, what he's shown politically. I don't necessarily think he's very good, just because I don't think his gameplay style works for more than one season. It doesn't work to do that again and again. That isn't the way that Michaela necessarily played on USA 2. Now, she was very similar, but she was out for blood on 41, which it's fine to play like that, but can you handle the pushback? Does this lead to Cedric just being an early boot? You know what I'm saying? Does this lead to Cedric being someone that has to go in a lot and then not being able to do that? And my thing is, it is the unknown. He does seem like he'll be a great final runner. He does seem like he is a really solid elimination performer. He does seem like he is a pretty solid athlete and good daily performer, definitely well rounded. Doesn't really have weaknesses outside of not being a big guy. That's really his only weakness. But I do want to I need to see him tested a little bit more before I can rank him too highly. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. A lot of other guys that have such deep runs and strong performances are more tested than someone like Cedric. And we just haven't really seen that with Cedric. The next guy that I'm gonna rank is Brad. Come on, let me Brad. Come on. Yeah. Next guy that I'm about to rank is Brad, and I'm gonna put Brad in the D tier. Only person I think might be ending up in the D tier on a serious note. Uh, we all love Brad, but he's just not the same. And he's like Johnny has been having brain farts. Johnny has definitely slowed down. Derek has slowed down. Derek has never been smart. Darrell has slowed down. CT is out of shape all the time. Slow down. Whatever you want to say, right? Brad is the only one that's like garbage. Like he's the only one that's bad. I don't know how else to say it. He's the only like all-time great that's genuinely bad. Because even like Derek still was beating a lot of young guys in elimination and giving them run tape money, showing his athletic ability, getting a daily win or something like that. Like still got it like that, low key against other young guys here and there. Bruh, this dude Brad was terrible against old guys. Like he wasn't good against the old guys. So for me, Brad's like cooked. He's just simply cooked. You never know. He comes in different form and is having a resurgence, but right now he's cooked. Next player I'm about to rank is Will. And Will, I gotta have Will a little bit above Cedric just because physically I trust him more. He's big, strong, scary. Like yeah, and he doesn't have the reputation. Well, he has a reputation that's not great, but his reputation is gonna work better than Cedric's going into this season and going into most seasons. I think that he won't have as much of like that tag on him as someone that could be considered, disloyal or someone that could also be considered like, snakish. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think that Will come in and, I actually think Cedric might probably be the better politician, of course, because he's more strategic. But Will's game is probably going to be more reliable for more seasons, just to be a number, especially when you are as strong and athletic as Will. And I think it is I think he's a little bit more athletic than Cedric also. So I gotta go with him a little bit over Cedric, but I think they're pretty much in the same vein. Definitely not proven enough to have them too high. And I'm actually going to go this way because he is more proven. He is more proven. I'm pretty sure yeah. I'm gonna go that way because he's more proven. Yeah. But it's very slight there. It's very slight there. I prefer, Cedric's endurance and stuff from what we've seen. Next player that I'm about to rank, I'm gonna go with Justin next. I ain't trying to go in just yet. And I'm gonna put Justin in the C tier. Justin is really good. Justin is a very solid athlete. It's just we haven't really seen anything else. We know he's athletic, but he's not super strong. He's not like a guy that we can trust. He got destroyed by Cedric in the physical elimination. We didn't see him in a final. It's not like he was great endurance wise. He was behind, a lot of the people going up the mountain. So we know he's not an endurance phenom or anything like that. So he is athletic. He definitely has a lot of skills for the game physically, but I don't really know how well he's going to do overall as a challenger if he can't like become a little bit more well faceted, for the game and get a little bit more well versed and be someone that can be a little bit better rather than just, well, I'm an athletic guy that can perform good in dailies. Shock elimination win. You know what I'm saying? Like we need more than a shock elimination win against, you know, Rogan with the iron back. Like, bro's back be cooked in some of these challenges, and then we acting like it's nah, bro. His back is chopped. Sometimes we gotta look at the stuff like that. Like, we know Rogan's back is still chopped. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was a good elimination win. I'm honestly joking. I just think I need to see a little bit more from Justin. I need to see a little bit more from most of the 41 guys because they all prove they're like great daily performers and like good athletes, but I don't know if we have that real well-roundedness that an A tier or S tier challenger is going to really get out of me. Competitors wise, these guys are probably like A tier, like all probably like A tier competitors. They're all great athletes though. I will say that, like they're fucking beasts. The next one on rank is Nelly T. The return of Nelly T. I feel scared for my boy Nelly, but I gotta have him in. I'm gonna have Nelly in the C tier above Justin because you never know if people want to try to like pick Nelly because of his injury and things like that, and that could be an issue. That could definitely be an issue. Players, especially like someone that maybe doesn't feel as confident in their ability to beat someone that's more athletic, like a Corey. Like Corey is a beast, and he doesn't have like that on him. I definitely just think that could play a part in the game, and I feel like when that is something there, and he's had to take some seasons off for this same exact reason, it's kind of hard for me to have Nelly too high in terms of my like projections on how well he's gonna do, but I really do hope for the best with Nelly on this season. Next player that I'm gonna rank is Keanu. And Keanu is someone that I actually am really high on. And this is I'm gonna have him at the top of B tier. I think that Keanu, from what we've seen, he genuinely should be better than everybody on this cast out of like these people I've talked about. He really should be. He is very athletic. He also has a college football background. Very like, and like his athleticism is like not just like being explosive, but he also like has good flexibility and dexterity and balance. These are things that are really gonna be important. Like honestly, I'm gonna just do it. I'm about to glaze. I think we might be seeing the next Zach. And I'm saying from a competitive standpoint. I think we legit need, yeah, he's smaller than Zach, but I think we might legit be seeing the next Zach, bro. Like this dude has crazy potential in my mind. And I think that we're gonna see him do that because he also showed that he's pretty smart. Like he's almost smarter than he is physical. Like, and he's very physical and he's athletic and he's consistent. He's great under pressure. I gotta have him up here, bro. I really believe it, bro. I'm glazing Keanu because I see it. I see it. I see it, man. And the next player that I'm gonna rank is, and I'm about to go in, bro. I'm about to say I'm putting Leo in the A tier also. I'm putting Leo in the A tier because that's a lot to do with the way that he plays the game. Yeah, he kind of, you could say, oh, he's falling in line, but he's playing the game the smartest way that you should play it, not worried about what people are thinking about. But on top of that, he is very athletic. He's someone that has shown that he is also really smart. Like he's really smart and he works pretty well under pressure. You know what I'm saying? He works really well under pressure. So I think that Leo has more tools than Will and Cedric because they all have the athletic base. They all have that base. But I think that him being someone that's also trying to like galvanize the troops and things like that and really like being an assertive player in that way, I really think that there's a lot more potential there politically here with him in terms of his activity and the way he's going to play. And it's also going to be probably better to play the way that he plays rather than the way that Cedric plays. So yeah, and actually I'm gonna have to, 'cause we've already seen it. We've already seen it. And the guy's really smart too. So I think that this is a lot of potential here with Leo, man. There's a lot of potential here with Leo. The next player that I'm about to rank is C Tizzle. And I'm gonna have CT in the D tier. I can't. Now, even when I'm angry, I can't even do that. I'm gonna have CT in the B tier, but they just come down to the fact that CT's still fat and out of shape, so he's not gonna be the best version of himself. People are probably gonna be down to go against him in elimination as long as it's not physical. If they can have the chance to choose, or if they can send him in, they'll be willing to send him in now because he's not in shape, and it's a higher chance of someone being able to beat him. He's not winning the final. He's probably not making the final. I just I hate that CT does this, and I'm never gonna trust this fatty ever again. I really won't, because I really did believe in him. Like I had him high on my best guys ranking, like my current best men, because I thought, okay, 42, he's gonna come in shape, and we're gonna see the new CT. Not the new CT, but the old CT. But really, just that new CT that we had that was in shape recently. I thought we were gonna get that guy again. We're not getting that guy again. I thought 41 was enough. because that he got destroyed in terms of the way they were that they were going in on CT. So I really thought we were going to see a better version, but that's definitely not what we're getting. Still, with him being out of shape, he is still CT. He still will be competitive with a lot of the guys there, and I just have no trust in him making it all the way to the end or winning the season if he does get there. So I can't have him too high, but you never know. It's always a you never know. Like if he's able to get to the final with people that aren't smart, and that aren't the most physical in terms of like certain carrying and things. If he can get to the final with like Justin, Nelson, and Brad, that's not gonna happen. But if he can do that or like get there with like, nah, that's really it. So actually, I'm gonna move him down to the C tier right there because I don't see him winning unless it's with these garbage bags. So, okay, that was crazy. Nah, they're not garbage, but you feel me? Like they're definitely not the level of the B tier and A tier guys. We know that. We know that. And the next guy that I'm about to rank is Corey Wharton, and I feel like at this point you kind of just like you want to just put Corey down here because he's like not gonna win. It's like, but he's good enough to. The thing is with Corey, it's like he's gonna win the eliminations, gonna possibly make the final, damn near win the final, and still lose. And that's the worst part, is because I made my winner pick multiple times and he's disappointed me. But it's like he still shows so much ability. Like I know for a fact if Corey was in like the old era, like when teams won and there was a bunch of winners, Corey would have multiple championships probably. He is he's better than Kenny, bro. He's better than Kenny. I don't know how to say it. I just have to always throw that one out there because it's just what it is, bro. He really is. So I gotta have him in the A tier. He still hasn't slowed down. Like he seems like he's in his like prime, like he's at his peak. So I think that he'll be able to beat most of these guys in elimination. Most of them won't want to face him. He's also very good politically at this point. We got to give him that credit. He just not very good, but he's good. He's good politically. He really is. He's good politically. He's also became more active politically, which has definitely helped him in the game. Yeah, so I gotta have Corey in the A tier as a challenger. And the last rookie that I gotta rank is Josh from Love Island. And I got Josh right about right about here. Um I'll have him right here. He'll be an explosive athlete. He'll definitely be an issue. Maybe. I don't really think he will be almost. Like, when I was watching Love Island games, I was like, man, this dude Johnson be great in the challenge. I'm like, yeah. But then I'm like, he kind of small though. Like, I know that the size don't really matter, but it's like Love Island games never showed us anything mental. They never got to see him like really do anything that showed us that he was smart. And there's a whole bunch of athletes on here. Like, I don't think he's a better athlete than Will. He could be, but I don't necessarily think he's like a better athlete than Will. I think him and Justin and like if bruh, Nelson was about to be playing in the Olympics, bro. Like these dudes are crazy good athletes. Like Corey's still a good athlete. Leo, yeah, like these guys are collegiate athletes also. So it's kind of tough for me to say he'll be on here and just be a athletic phenom compared to the guys in this cast. Nah, I don't think that'll be the case. I don't think he'll just be yoking them physically. I think he could end up being the best athlete. Like that's possible. It won't happen, but it's definitely possible. So I do think that he does have like the base ability to be one of the best guys on the cast. So I feel like I gotta have him in B tier because all signs point to him being better than CT, Nelly, just like him being better than them guys. But you never know. He might be a meathead. And if he's a meathead, he'll be actually closer to those guys because that'll be a significant weakness that like Johnny is like kind of a meathead, but he also figures stuff out really well, so ingenuitive, like so experienced. He's still Johnny. So we gotta have him here. So I'm gonna put Josh right there behind Johnny, but I can see Josh being anywhere between here and then like A tier though, if I'm being honest. And then the last guy that I gotta rank is Chris Underwood, someone that we never thought would actually be back on the challenge, which is crazy. Like we thought he was gonna be a one and done the GOAT of reality TV, and he really has potential to come out and become that if he wins this season. That guy obviously have him in the S tier. I guess nothing else we really can say here. He's clearly the best guy coming into this season. Like we compare him to what Will, like Cedric, Bananas, Corey, what they've done in the season that we've seen them recently, it pales in comparison. In my opinion, Fessy is one of the best guys in the challenge right now, and it's clear. He's proven that. Not a terrible finals performer. Like he's really not a bad finals performer. Other than literally his rookie season where he was in the final with a whole bunch of elite competitors. But yeah, no, he loses that, and then he has solid performances. He's arguably the best daily performer on multiple seasons. I'm saying including like Ride or Dies, uh Double Agents, um Ride or Die. I think Double Agents is arguable. Might not actually be in the conversation for that, but Ride or Dies for sure. He's in the conversation for best daily performer, and USA 2 definitely. And he's competitive with Chris. Chris Underwood was able to hop right in and be right there, one of the best challengers currently, outperforming guys like Johnny and Corey, destroying Wes in their elimination. I just think he's a really, really good, Did he destroy Wes in the elimination? I think he did, right? I might be getting them confused. He was just really good in elimination. Won multiple eliminations, wins the final, was a great daily performer, big guy, athletic background, very, very, very good competitor. Insanely good under pressure. Insanely good under pressure, bro. He's too good under pressure. He's his ice, bro. It's ice in his veins. So I gotta have Chris as the only S tier because his competitive ability just puts him in the S tier. Period. He has, if he goes out here and he's the same guy he was on USA 2, this is one of the best peaks in challenge history. Maybe the best peak in challenge history. Like if he's the same guy and he does the same like similar thing and he performs at the same level, he is the best player in challenge history, in my opinion. And that would just be saying from a skill perspective, he'd have the best peak. And obviously, I think it's a couple guys in that conversation. Maybe I have to go look at everything. Obviously, you have Landons and a peak Alton. You have, CT at his best. You got Bananas in that free agents area. You got Jordan in recent history. Like you have a couple guys that would obviously be in the conversation, but none of them are as complete as Chris. None of them from what we saw in that one season. But that's why we need him to fully prove himself by probably running a harder final and showing that he has that grit and that endurance and that ability. But I just think he clearly does. I just think he clearly does. He just clearly does. It's like, but that's the only thing. This is like we have to presume that he's an S tier competitor. He could easily just be a very good A tier like guy, someone that is better than a Corey, someone that is like better than a better than those like best guys to never win, and that's why he won. You know what I mean? Like he could literally be like a Zach level player, and that could actually be what it is because that's kind Zach is very complete, especially like a peak Zach. I'm saying peak Zach, not Zach when he first came on the show. I'm saying like he could be like a peak Zach level player, and that would make like sense from what we saw, and that's why we got to see another season on like that high level,